Hi, it's Toronto immigration lawyer Max Choudhury. I wanted to discuss an issue that relates to the interplay between an express entry profile and an invitation to apply. That is, wrong express entry information was submitted. Do I accept the invitation to apply? This case often comes up in situations when people have self-filed. So you filed an express entry profile and received an invitation to apply. That's great news until you discover that when you inputted your credentials into your express entry profile, you incorrectly inputted the key elements. Such elements may include overstating your work experience or education. Given the errors in the express entry profile, what do? Do you forge ahead with the invitation to apply or withdraw? A good exercise is to try to determine what the impact your incorrect express entry profile would have on your actual points. In other words, if you are to recalculate your express entry profile points based on your actual credentials, what would your actual point total be? A pertinent question is, what is the baseline or number of reference? That number would be the minimum point threshold for selection for your particular invitation to apply. These draws take place every 2 weeks typically. In the best case scenario, you can file an e-application for permanent residence with your points still exceeding the minimum threshold stipulated during the time you were selected for the invitation to apply. In that scenario, it's a good idea to correct the errors in the express entry profile when completing and submitting the e-application for permanent residence, and subsequently proceed with the e-application for onward filing with the immigration authorities. However, the failure to correct the errors, even if the application still has a minimum amount of points, may lead to the application being refused on the basis of material misrepresentation. This leads to a 5-year ban from entering Canada. In the worst case scenario, you've done a calculation and determined that the corrected score you achieve leads to a shortage of points in relation to the minimum points needed under the invitation to apply. In that scenario, there is no use in accepting the invitation to apply because the likelihood of refusal would be very high. The reasonable assumption is that down the road, the officer tasked with reviewing the e-application for permanent residence would compare the express entry profile with the documents submitted in support of the e-application and determine that the points are too low. There is a further concern that when you have filed an e-application for permanent residence, you cannot place a new express entry profile in the pool. This may put you at a disadvantage. For example, in scenarios where your potential profile may gain points after a period of time, owing to, for example, a better language score or more work experience in Canada, your profile is not registered and you thus don't get selected when the points are more favorable to your more accurate express entry profile. If you're seeking assistance in the face of a shaky express entry profile, or need advice about filing your application for permanent residency after receiving an invitation to apply under Canada Experience Class or Federal Skilled Worker, contact Choudhury Law Office. Thank you.